just recapping the weekend. It was great playing at home at Canvas again, and I just want to, applaud our fans and our students. They really affect the game when we have a great crowd and they're into the game, and just want to just keep encouraging them. We got 3 more home games, which will be great. Proud of our team for the way they responded after a tough double overtime loss the week before, a real physical game the week before, and just how we bounced back and we're ready to compete against a good San Jose State football team. Really proud of our offensive line again. They've done a fantastic job. That was really, when we went back and watched the film, it was impressive how we blocked, and we've got to continue to build on that. We had 4 different ball carriers have average over 5 yards a carry, and we've got to build on that. And I thought Braden did a nice job, just like I said after the game. Really a team performance. And, we talk a lot about the mentality we got to have. We play a tough game, guys get beat up, and backups have to play. We have to respond the right way. And we're halfway through the season, and we've been tested, and now we've got to take those tests and we've got to build on them as we move to the next challenge. And really excited to play another rivalry game, in-state team, really good program, obviously in Air Force, one of the toughest programs we've played against since we've been in this league. And excited to play that rivalry game this week. We got to go to Colorado Springs and play. Air Force is struggling a little bit. They lost a lot of good players, and we're playing some new guys. They're very athletic at quarterback, and Quentin Hayes has done a good job. He's an athlete for them. They're playing a couple different guys at that position. Cade Harris, their wingback, and Quinn Smith are guys that they rely a lot on offensively to help them be productive. When you play them every year, you got to play with great discipline, and you got to find ways to disrupt their rhythm offensively in the run game. And so that's a challenge. It's something that we prepare for every year, and we're going to have to do a great job of that defensively. As far as their defense is concerned, they've been one of the top defenses in our league the last few years. They're replacing several starters there, but Gabney Goff, their strong safety, number 11, Jamari Bellamy, their corner, and Peyton Zorick, their defensive tackle, are their top performers. They're 4 down front. They try to limit big plays. They've been very stingy over the years defensively, and so they force you to execute time and time again. Because of their style of offense, you don't get many opportunities offensively. So it really needs to be an efficient week where you're really prepared. Whenever you play Air Force, the situations are huge. 4th downs, all the special team situations. They like to use tricks and onside kicks and fake kicks, all those things. You have to be prepared for all those things, and you just have to be prepared as a football team. So we got our work cut out for us. We're excited for a big road trip in conference play, and to compete against a good Air Force team.
You kind of touched on it. Air Force does not, this is the first time in 10 years they have not a top 10 team in rushing. Is it just execution that you're seeing that's different about them from Air Force offenses?
Well, it's experience and maturity, and they have had a very experienced and mature team. Their offensive line's been very experienced, their quarterback, and they just, they're just in transition right now. And so on both sides of the ball, and so it's what happens in programs, but they're still very fundamentally sound. They don't have a lot of penalties. And so, the challenge is still there. When you play them, you have to be very sound, and you have to play physical, and you have to take advantage of your opportunities, and it forces you to execute. And so that's our challenge. We have our own challenge in that we have to prepare a certain way, and we have to get ourselves ready to play. And regardless of the opponent, this is the next challenge, and it's Air Force, and it's a unique challenge because of what they do offensively. So we have to be prepared for that. And it's on us to build on what we did last week and bring the mentality that we brought last week.
You inherit some things when you take over a program. So this is one that this program hasn't beaten Air Force in 7 straight times. Do you use that a little bit, or do you focus on the here and now?
We understand that it's a rivalry game. We understand the opponent. They're here in the Front Range with us. And so that's part of it, absolutely. And but this is a new season. We're a different team. They're a different team. We have to beat this team Saturday night and do the things we need to do. And I think the maturity of our team matters. We have not played very well here in the second half of the season over the last few years, and so we want to change that. We want to be the more focused team. We want to be the hungrier team. We want to be the team that does the things it's supposed to do down the stretch to win. And so, we talked a lot about that as our daily habits and how we prepare every day and how we watch film and how we study the game plan. All the things that we do on a daily basis matters. And we're also at the time of year where, we played 6 games, guys get nicked up, bumped up, bruised up, players get injured, we got to have backups step up. And so, we have 2 months of practice and preparation to where those backups have to be ready to play. And so, it's a team game, and we got to have those guys step up.
When you look back at the offense Saturday, obviously like a nice balance on both sides. Just what impressed you most about the offensive performance? Is that a little bit of the template of what you like to do?
Yeah, I just think we've been playing a different style. We've been working some new schemes, and it's taken some games for our kids to get used to it. But I really felt like we gelled Saturday. I thought we played with chemistry. I thought we played off each other. And we're playing a team game where everybody has to contribute, which I think is really great. We had 6 explosive plays, and for us, that's over 20 yards of play. And we held them to 4. But for us, we had 6 different players have 20-plus yard plays offensively, and that's really amazing. It's been Torrey Horton or Avery Morrow, and when we can get it 6 different explosive plays from 6 different players, that just shows that a lot of guys are contributing. And so we want to continue to that. We want to build on that. The play with Armani Winfield was huge at the end of the game. And, Braden had a 20-yard scramble for a touchdown. And so, those are things that we got to keep building in our offense. We got to keep developing guys that can make those type of explosive plays.
How much more comfortable does Braden look under center? You mentioned changing styles, running a lot more West Coast stuff. And how much more versatility is that giving you guys offensively?
A lot. I think the big thing is that we're really putting the defense in conflict and running the ball on the perimeter and the nakeds and the boots and the things that go along with it. And I think Braden is starting to see the opportunities in that. And, I really thought that he really saw the field really well. I probably put him in a bad situation on that last turnover. We didn't want to play so conservative and we weren't trying to get a first down, but before that he saw the game really well, and I thought he had great composure as well. So that's part of being a field leader and field general, and his job is to win games. I mean, we'd all love to see 300 yards every game, but his job is to lead the team and to win and protect the football. And we're struggling trying to create turnovers. We got one, but we've really got to continue to protect the football. That's going to be key going down the stretch. We had the fumble and the interception. We got one back, but that's one it's just one of those years we're not creating a lot of turnovers, and so we've really got to protect the football.
Do you have any updates on Torrey, Newer,
Yeah,
Marcellus,
you know, Newer, we're going to continue to watch him. Hopefully, we can get him back. You know, Torrey's situation, he had an MRI. We're still getting some feedback on that to see where he's at, and so we're not sure where his status is at this point. We'll get more information on that, I'm sure. But you know, we're starting to get some guys back. You know, I think Alex Foster will be able to play this week. He came back to practice last week, and so I'm not sure on Newer though if he'll be ready to go this week.
You've talked a lot, you know, in your time here building, you know, the depth of the program. How much does that speak to what you have grown that Dupree steps in?
Yeah.
Winfield, you had some key guys go down.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Justin got banged up, and you know, it's going to happen with running backs. You know, they take a lot of punishment. Avery got banged up a little bit in the game, and to have a freshman like Jalen Dupree, you know, it just shows how we've recruited. We've tried to bring in good players, good young players. You know, the running back room was depleted completely last year. You know, we're watching our game with Air Force last year, you know, and Van Shield was our back, and he was doing the best he could, but we just have more talent at that spot this year. And when you can put a guy like Jalen Dupree in and he looks just like the rest of the guys, that's pretty good. And so, you know, we need to continue to do that and develop guys that can come in and play. And I see it happening with our receivers. You know, they're maturing. You know, Winfield made the huge play. Caleb Goody made one a week ago. I mean, we just got to continue to build with those young guys. You know, we need Jordan Ross to keep growing. And so, you know, it's a good core of players. Jamari Person, same thing. You know, he continues to improve and show progress. So, you know, as we move this second half of the season, a lot of those younger guys, we should see a lot of progress in them.
When you have confidence in a kicker like you do with Jordan, how does it alter the way you look at a play calling sheet?
It does. You know, we try to, you know, get the ball in scoring position all the time, and you know, I thought Braden did a great job of getting the ball in position, using the sideline to get the ball out of bounds. You know, that last kick was huge. You know, we tried the one earlier in the game, and you know, we had the bad snap. I knew he had the leg. You know, I was prepared to punt it there, and you know, Jordan said he could make it, and I said, well, then go make it then. You know, but I do have confidence in him. I have a lot of confidence in Patty too. I mean, Patty's just such a talented punter. He did a great job kicking the ball away from them last week, and so we're fortunate to have, you know, two really excellent kickers and a punter, and that's got to make the difference for us. You know, all of this stuff adds up. Our special teams, we played very well. The field position was great. We played good, solid defense. We didn't give up big plays. We were good on third down. We held the ball offensively. I mean, all that is a formula for us to play well and win.
Do you think your defense gains a little confidence with the way that they performed last week, considering there were no tackles for loss, there were no sacks, you didn't have an interception to late? It was very base style defense, and it was effective against an explosive offense.
Yeah, you know, and I think, you know, we've got to continue to try to force pressure. We may not get a sack, but if the quarterback has to throw the ball, I mean, Cam Barreto did a great job getting inside pressure on the interception and forced the quarterback to throw the ball high, and then Elias got the pick. That's how we're going to have to create turnovers this year. You know, we just don't have that super disruptive pass rusher that is going to be in the quarterback's pocket all game. We got to keep forcing those types of plays to get turnovers. We didn't get any sacks, and so we've got to control the offense best we can and not give up big plays. And you know, we did a pretty good job in the running game until the last play late, and so we got to keep squeezing the offense that way.
Jay, you've mentioned specifically with the offensive line being proud of a guy like Aaron Karras and just kind of how he stepped in his third year with the program. I mean, is he kind of an example of what you guys are trying to build here? A Colorado kid, and just kind of developing him and having him get to the point where he's a redshirt sophomore and able to play big
Yeah,
time role.
Aaron's done a great job, and we at our core, we're a developmental program. We want to develop great young linemen and have them grow up in our program. And he's an example of a local kid in state. He was actually committed to us at Nevada, and I think Coach Best walked in one day with a Nevada shirt on, and the next day he walked in with a CSU shirt. But we wanted him to be in our program, and so so really good player, great mentality, and we've got this freshman class of linemen we got a bunch of kids like that, and so we want to keep growing them in our program and developing them.
Armani obviously had the big explosive play, but you had the quick screen to him right off the bat. He had a couple of comeback routes. He had an out route on third down that moved the sticks. Is he kind of turning into a complete receiver, a 3-down type guy?
Absolutely. I think his big thing is just confidence in our system. And, sometimes a kid needs a big play like he had Saturday just to really give him that confidence. And, and Braden's the same way. Obviously Braden has a lot of confidence in Torrey. They've played together and they've made a lot of big plays together. But, he hasn't had many with Caleb Goody and with Jamari Person and with, Jordan Ross and Armani. So the more that those guys make plays, the more confidence they have. And we should see a more confident receiving group this second half of the season for sure.
Just to clarify, was with Justin, do you expect him back? Justin Marshall, do you expect him
Yeah,
back
he
this
was
week?
banged up. He hurt his back. I'm hoping that this week, he has a few days to rest and get healed up. He'll be much better.
Especially at this point in the season, what do you think it is that has some of those younger players or less vocal players ready to step in when it's necessary?
I just think it's practice reps and it's game reps both. We've been going for 2 months, and so we've had a lot of repetitions on the things that we want to do as a team. They've gained experience that they haven't had. And, when they have some success in the games, it really gives them confidence they can go out and do it again. So, at this point of the season, I really am concerned about getting our guys fresh and having us have great practices Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, understanding the game plan, and then going and pouring their hearts out on Saturday. And that's really the cycle that we have to get into. I told the players today, we're playing against ourselves. We're playing against ourselves. We have to be mentally tough and disciplined to do the right things to prepare ourselves to play good. And if we do that, we have an opportunity to go play good every Saturday.